I bought myself a new battery off eBay because my iPhone 4S was not holding a charge for a whole day, and I had a look on this YouTube video just to see how to go about doing it, and it seemed pretty straightforward. So I got stuck in, and I bought a kit. I bought a battery that came with one of these little kits that helps you to do it, gives you all the screwdrivers and things you need. Anyway, I got on to changing the battery, and I was watching the video, and one of the things the chap that was doing the video pointed out was that there is a ground clip, a small ground cable, that you have to be very, very careful that you don't lose. Well, I couldn't find it in mine, and I was reading in the comments and noticed that it was coming up quite often that either somebody else had been fiddling with the phone, or it was a second-hand phone and somebody had replaced the battery before, and this little ground clip had somehow been mislaid. And I took the battery back out of mine about 2 or 3 times trying to find this little ground clip, and it wasn't there. So I put the phone back together, and it worked perfectly well, but that sort of thing bothers me. So I watched a few more videos and got an idea of what the little ground clip should look like. And I thought to myself, no, I can't live with this. I'm going to have to make one. So thinking out of the box, I came up with the idea. I knew that I needed something springy and obviously something that would conduct electricity. So I came up with an idea of using the foil from an old packet of tablets. And basically, what you've got is silver foil, which clearly conducts electricity, and it's stuck to a springy plastic. I've got various different tablets that I came across, and the ones that I actually used in the end was just a set of throat lozenges from a packet of throat lozenges. And all you do is basically a simple bodge to get you round the problem of not having that earth strap, because obviously you can't buy one, and you'd have to buy a second-hand phone to get hold of one any other way, and chances are it'd be missing from that one. So what I do is I cut out an L-shaped piece from the tablet packet. I mean, it's a bit fiddly to cut it. You've got to make sure that you don't cut it and go through too far. But you know, there's plenty of places you can try, because you can be basically anywhere between the tablets here will give you an L shape. So you've got plenty of chances of getting it right or getting it wrong. And what I've done is I've made one quite simply there just to show that what I've done is I've just cut out an L-shaped piece of the foil and plastic, and what I did was, using my old battery, using the battery that I took out, I was able to get a clear idea of where the foil is going to need to fit. So if you turn the battery round that way, which is the way it's going to actually sit in when it's put into place, the ground strap needs to fit right there. It needs to go into that hole there. It needs to go, so it goes below this little plate, and the screw has to go through it, and then it has to come into that little void area there, which will bring it beside the battery there, and actually allow this part to connect with the chassis of the phone, with the back cover of the phone, which has a piece of foil on it. So what I basically did was, like I said, cut this L shape out of the foil, and then what I did was bent it up into a U, which I'll try to show you here. It's a bit difficult. It's not the best camera in the world on the end of the phone, but what I've done is bent that up into a U shape, there you go, you can see it better there. Bent it up into a U shape so that the silver foil side is down, but when it's bent into the U shape, the silver foil side of the long side of the L is actually up, so that when you put the back onto the phone, that foil will actually allow electricity to flow through it there. And then what you do basically is you put it, when you're putting the battery, your new battery in, you put this ground thing, this piece of this ground strap, in behind like that. This really isn't the best camera in the world, but you'll see how you've got to do it. You've got to basically line up the screw with the hole you've made in the L shape. You can make the hole using your Phillips screwdriver or using a pin or something like that. It's just as long as the Phillips screw will go through it. You can try that before you actually put it together. And the idea is that when it's in position, which will be sort of like that, when it's all in position, it's all screwed down, and this little springy bit here will make contact with the back of the phone when the phone back is slid back on, and that should then make up a nice little Heath Robinson bodged up version of your earth strap, get you out of trouble. I hope this video proves useful. It's certainly worked for me.